IEP today. As the name indicates, it is individualized. It is particular to some individual, and that keeps in mind his unique needs. So first thing about IEP is that IEP is a written plan. IEP is a written plan for a specific individual, made keeping in mind his special need, which could not be fulfilled while he was taking regular class. Example, a class of MR is going on, 5-6 students are there. One individual has communication problems. So, as per the curriculum or the syllabi is concerned, it probably does not cater for the need of that one individual. So, we make a written plan keeping in mind his specific need, and that plan is made with the cooperation of the school administration, the parents, and the professionals related to that particular problem which that student is facing. Who makes IEP? IEP is made by an IEP team consisted of the school administration staff, parents, and professionals who are concerned related to that specific problem. What else about IEP? IEP, those professionals who make IEP assess the present level of performance of the student. So, PLO, what we call PLOP, present level of performance. The professionals technically, scientifically assess the child, his present performance, what are his strengths on that particular point of time, and what are his weaknesses. So it is present level of performance is an overall picture of a child, what he can do or what he cannot do, what is his level of performance. Another aspect which that individualized education plan has is not only assessment of his performance, present level of performance is made, but also we set goals for him in that plan, written plan, IEP. Goals, what we want to achieve. And goals are short-term goals as well as long-term goals. Short-term goals are normally on quarter basis, and then long-term goals may be year two. So we set goals for that child in that IEP. What else? We then, after setting the goals, we have fourth is what all support services we are likely to provide. What all support services we are likely to provide. So, in order to achieve those goals, what sources in form of men, material, and finances are required to achieve those short-term, long-term goals in order to cater for the special need of that child. So, and then at the end of that IEP, we tell that how we would evaluate whether we have achieved that goal or not. I have a chart here where a student has tried to make IEP. If you look at the chart, you would find and you would make it after we finish with the talk, you would make an IEP yourself. We'll give you practice of making IEP. So basically what all is done is, since there are 6 components of an IEP, so we divide a sheet in 6 parts. Dry line here, and dry line here, like this. So there are 6 components of an IEP. In first component, we write about the personal profile of the student. In that personal profile, all relevant data, personal data regarding that child would be written, such as, can you name it? Name of the child, father's name, age, type of disability, what else? Salary of the parents, very important, address of the parents, contact number, phone number, siblings, father's profession, and medical history. Right? So, all relevant information, personal information regarding the child is written in the first part. That is first component of the IEP. The second component, you mention what is the IEP team, who are coordinating, sitting down to make the IEP plan. Right? So, in that, if the child is grown up and sensible, 13, 14, 12 years, he himself is allowed to sit in the IEP meeting along with the parents. But if the child is not that good, then the parents represent him. Parents, school administration, and all relevant professionals. I gave an example of that MR child who has one specific special need, that he has some communication problems. So, can you guess who all would be the IEP members? Speech therapist, must, psychologist, since he is an MR child, brought in. I am talking about this specific case, that is an MR child. Their eye specialist would not be there. Right? Then number 3, as I said, present level of performance of that child. So, you write the strength of the child, obviously making scientific assessment by a specialist. He would make assessment and narrate his strengths as well as his weaknesses, especially highlighting the problem for which the IEP is being made. Right? So, you can see here, this column is further divided into 2, that is strength and weaknesses. Then the 4th goal setting, as I said, short-term goal, what would you expect him to achieve? And remember one thing about goals. Goals should be measurable, specific and measurable. Goals should be measurable. Why they should be measurable? So that at the end of every short-term and long-term period, assessment teams calculates, measures whether that goal has been achieved or not. Okay? So, the goal setting should be precise and measurable. Then is sports services. As I said, sports services include what, how much money would be required, who all would be required as far as the professionals are concerned, and any other material which is required. For instance, if there is no speech therapist in that institution, then he would be referred to some speech therapist. Either he would go to the clinic or that speech therapist would come to the institution. At what time that therapy would take place? If the child has to go somewhere else, who would take him there? Who would provide the transport? Who would foot the bill of the speech therapist? And here, mind you, that's why we talked about the salary of the parents. If the parents cannot afford any special service which is being provided in the IEP, then you would ask the social welfare officer, who is a member of the IEP team, to collect the donations, right, in order to provide him that, in order to bear the expenses. Sports services, evaluation. Each step would be the evaluation of the child would be done, and if required, then resetting of the goals would be done. If the boy is too good and what he is supposed to achieve in 3 months, he is achieving in 2 months or 1 month, so the goal would be reset. And if the child is on the slower side, obviously, accordingly, the goal setting would be modified. So, any question so far? You have a question? So, please go ahead. आपने कहा फिजिकल सोर्स की मैटर करता है, फिजिकल सोर्स से मुराद क्या है? देखो बेटा, मैंने अभी आपको बताया कि जो है ना सर्विसेज में 3 चीजें हैं। एक मेन कौन कौन से प्रोफेशनल रिक्वायर्ड होंगे, एक मटीरियल। जब मटीरियल की बात आ रही है उसकी आपकी सोर्सेज बेटर हो जाती है मटीरियल में आ जाती है, और तीसरी ऑब्वियसली जो है वो मैन मटीरियल और फाइनेंस पैसे। तो